You're watching E.T.N. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to discuss the first half of The Walking Dead Season 6. Yes, The Walking Dead. So, last review I did for the show was episode 3. So we're going to jump right from episode 4 and go forward from there. The first half of The Walking Dead this year, I think, has been solid. It's been solid. There are obviously some things I don't like, but for the most part, I think it's been very good. The zombies, that herd, those things, the wolves, a lot of those things were pretty good. Not too bad at all. I'm thinking right now of Morgan, because he had a big episode in the first half. We saw what caused his transition into what he is now. I'm still having a hard time deciding whether or not I like it, because it's almost like, you know what it is? I like Morgan when we first met him back in season 1. It's not that I didn't like Crazy Morgan. That was a very impactful episode, but they went from one extreme to another, and to me, it happened in such a short time. Morgan doesn't strike me as a dumb person. He doesn't. And he's not. One of the episodes, when they were questioning him as to whether or not does he really think he won't get blood on his hands, stuff like that. He knows. He says, look, I know I should kill him, but this is how I am. This life is precious, stuff like that. So he's trying to follow this code. And you see maybe a slight struggle, but he's really, really dedicated to following this code. And I think they could have made the character in such a way that he could follow this code, but know well enough to know that, okay, I have to maybe take what I learned from this gentleman and perhaps evolve it to a point where, yes, life is precious unless you're trying to kill people. Then your life isn't that precious because their lives are precious, and we got to do this whole math equation where, well, if I kill this one life I thought was once precious, it'll prevent him from killing 3 lives that are precious. So we have 3 out of 4 precious lives preserved. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it sounds crazy, but, so that is one of the things I'm still taking out of the first half is the transition for Morgan. Outside of that, a lot of the other things that have been occurring have been good. Obviously it was a big deal. Episode 7, when the tower came down and broke the walls open. And the music playing was it was so dramatically, it was so dramatic the way they did it, but not so much. Like, the music wasn't dramatic, but you got this happy moment, you see the balloons, and next thing you know, so it's like a happy sadness, because you're happy you see somebody's out there, but you're sad because your home's about to get barraged by zombies. So it's a very conflicting feeling. And then obviously episode 8, now this kid in episode 8, Jesse's son, concerned because he looked pale and pasty. I know, look, he hasn't been out of the room for God knows how long. I'm not saying I think he's bitten. He's not bitten. I just think he's sick. Like, he's just, the kid won't come out the room. My concern here is this. What Carol told him when she went into the house, she was like, and if you want to live, you got to kill and stuff like that. So now I'm wondering if this kid is going to, and she was like, kill the monsters. Does he see Rick as a monster? There was those one moments where they show like a slow motion and he's staring at Rick and Rick's got blood on him and is bringing Deanna into the house and she's got bitten and all that. Then they leave the house and he's calling his mother, and then the episode cuts away. Now, I know what happens in the comic. It would be interesting if they follow that format. I don't think they are, but boy, would it be interesting if they follow that format. The other I think pleasant surprise was the little girl who was always writing the Just Survive Somehow, JSS. That was a good episode when she ate the turtle. It was like, and she was eating a turtle like a zombie. She's been a very interesting character. A lot of people thought at first she was going to be one of the wolves. Some people still think she is. But I don't see it. I mean, we got to see her background. She was with her family. They got killed. She's been on her own since. And she does pretty good on her own. And now she's with Glenn outside the walls. Maggie feels that the balloons are Glenn. We know it's Glenn, but she doesn't know it's Glenn, but she feels it's Glenn. So we'll see how that plays out. We didn't see any major character deaths. I mean, if you want to consider Deanna a major character, that's fine. Her death was a little sad because she kept that community together. She welcomed in Rick despite all his craziness. She stood behind him. And even through her death, she believed in him. So in that sense, it was sad because she had such a faith, almost flawed faith in Rick. Like other people were like, what are you doing? This guy's crazy, blah, blah, blah. So her death was a little sad. It wasn't like Herschel sad. That was heartbreaking. But that's because Herschel was with us for so long. But it was a little sad. Not to, it was unfortunate. So she should have never been out there shooting that gun. She's so frail, but be that as it may, she did, and now she's gone. So, but it's going to be interesting now because one of the things we saw also after the end of episode 8 was we see that Negan's people, the Saviors, have made an appearance. A lot of people already kind of guessed that they had been on the show. We saw that one episode where Daryl was left stranded, looking for Sasha, looking for Sasha and Abraham, and he ran into these people who seemed to be running from the Saviors, and then they turn around, they captured him, he helped them, seemed like they were going to work together, and then boom, they turn around, double-crossed him, they broke out, took his crossbow. Will he get his crossbow back? Those people are probably going to be dead. He'll probably find their bodies and find the crossbow. If he can get out of the Savior's hands right now. We're going to see how that plays out. So a lot of things going on in The Walking Dead. I think the second half is really going to be big. They got to get out of the zombie herd. More people are going to die. A lot of these people in Alexandria are still very inexperienced. And then it's a matter of looking for Daryl, Sasha, and Abraham, I would think, right? Right? I can't see these guys letting them go, even if they hand everything over. So we're going to see how that plays out. Overall, though, I thought the first half was good. I'm still 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other on the whole Morgan thing. And Carol, we're going to see how that conflict resolves itself, if it does. This wolf now has the one doctor that's in the town, even though she's learning from a book. So we're going to see how that plays out. I can't see that playing out well. I can't see him getting out of there. There's zombies all over the place. So, and he's injured. So we'll see how that goes. Carol, Morgan, Rick and his girl Jessie, the family's leaving. Something's going to happen. There's going to have to be hey, it's my son and my daughter. Hey, well, what about my 2 sons? Hey, sorry. I like to kiss, but see you later. So we'll see what happens. But first half I thought overall was good. I kind of like how they're ramping things up for the second half. That's what I'm really looking forward to. The zombie stuff in terms of the Alexandria invasion as well as the herd outside, that's been great. And the Negan setup has been great. Morgan, again, like I said, 50-50. We'll see how that goes. And then that's it. That is it. February 15th, I believe, is the debut. So we have a ways to go. We have a little over a month, like 6 weeks. 6 weeks, and we'll see what happens. But there was a short trailer that was pretty good. I'm waiting for the regular trailer they show. When they show that, we'll be back here to discuss it. Anyway, guys, until then, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers or visit E.T.N's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description.